4, 3, 2, 1.
On this episode of the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to be talking about parenting your parent. It's always a difficult conversation to have. How do you have that conversation during COVID-19? That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
I am a baby boomer, and so my parents are getting up there in age, and I think I always worry about that call from Waco in the middle of the day. Oh my goodness, has something bad happened? And I think I speak for a whole generation who's going through that right now. We're going to be talking about parenting your parent on this episode of the Jeff Crilley Show. Joining us to talk about that, Brian Levy. He is with Manchester Care Homes and Cambridge Caregivers. You are the Director of Business Development and Marketing. And Sandi Greenberg, she's with Manchester Care Homes, and you are the Director of Nursing. Thank you both for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So this is a big topic. We were talking off camera, Brian, a minute ago about when you get the call. Usually, it's a crisis, right?
It is a crisis call. It's either someone crying, someone that got bad news, someone that's freaking out and they don't know their options. They don't know the lingo. Imagine being thrown into a new industry. You don't know the ins and outs. You don't know the acronyms. You don't know anything about it. And so oftentimes people ask me questions, but they don't even know what they're asking me. And so in a non-condescending way, I have to kind of guide through the conversation to explain to them not just what we do and what we're about, but share resources with them and really be not just a sounding board. I always joke that I'm an unlicensed social worker, but kind of guide them through, navigate the system, if you will.
And you guys are actually 2 divisions of the same company, is that right? And
Correct.
Sandi, talk about your division.
Manchester Care Homes, we have 4 boutique assisted living homes. We are licensed to have 8 residents in each home, and we have 2 caregivers on site all the time, so it's a 4-to-1 ratio. What else can I tell you? They're beautiful homes.
Well, let's talk about why that's important, because I know some of these larger homes, that can be overwhelming for a resident, can't it?
In larger homes, there's larger care homes, and there's also, I call them facilities, the larger monolithic buildings with long halls and beeps, and there's 20-to-1 ratio. Those are great for people that are more independent. We cater to people that have more high acuity, more care needs. So people that need a 4-to-1 ratio.
We're going to show the website for Cambridge Caregivers. Brian, talk about, when is it best to have mom or dad at home, and when is it best to look for assisted living?
Good question. So Cambridge Caregivers, in-home, non-medical caregiving. So we have over 120 caregivers on staff, W-2 employees. We pay 80% of their health benefits. We give them no interest loans. We treat our caregivers really, really well, which is a great recruiting tool. We are always hiring. So if there are caregivers out there that are looking for a job, call us. But we go to other people's homes to care for them as they age in place. This is someone that decided to move mom home from a larger facility, or that's just someone that's aging in place and they realize and they recognize they need a little more help at home.
And how does the child or family decide? I mean, what's right for mom and dad?
That's a great question. Imagine our busy season during the holidays, when someone like you head down to Waco and you haven't seen mom and dad in 4 months, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, wait a minute. You're driving and you had how many falls and you didn't tell me? And it's that shock of, this happened in 4 months. So that's a busy time. But there's so many different variables that go into the decision. My suggestion, educate yourself.
Okay,
What's right for you may not be right for someone else.
Perfect. Okay, Sandi, let's bring you back. Let's talk about COVID-19, the pandemic, and how you guys pivoted. And while you're talking, we're going to show your website, another beautiful, beautiful website. Let's talk about that.
So COVID hit in March. Even before the state was mandated masks and no visitors, I think.
Masks, no visitors. It's all PPE.
All the PPE. Before that was even mandated,
Yes.
we basically shut down. We did. We took we were 2 weeks ahead of the game.
Yes.
And, mandated all of our staff wearing masks, and staff were, very upset, and we explained to them why. And our owner met with an immunologist and, went through an infectious disease doctor and went through the whole process beforehand. And we started the mask and shut down all visitation, all vendors. No one was allowed in.
I remember when we said, wait, our staff's going to be wearing masks? Excuse me?
It was very difficult. I had to tell a few staff members, when they said, I can't do it, I said, then you'll have to find a new career. I mean, this is our new norm.
This is the new norm,
and it's not going away. It's just not going away.
And one of the challenges among many has not just been acclimating the residents to our new regime we have family members literally that come to have dinner with their loved ones 7 nights a week. And we love it. We love when families come in. That's no more. So to explain that to a resident who has dementia, that's real hard. It's also really hard to explain that to a family member who either has dementia themselves or just doesn't get it. They want to see mom no matter what. So there's a lot of educating and a lot of jockeying and a lot of just explaining to people this is for our staff safety and your loved one's safety. And yours.
And it's gone well for the most. I mean, everyone understands. The family members are almost all very, very understanding, and they want to keep everyone safe. So we have a questionnaire that we ask them, when they do come to visit for our private visits, and fill everything out, taking temperatures, everything. So, but we are still not letting vendors in.
Well, and I've got to vouch for you guys because we did some work with you guys years ago, and I remember just coming into one of your homes, and it is small and comforting, and it feels like family, and the aroma of great food in the kitchen.
That's the comment I get every time I give a tour. This smells like home. I will tell you, our
like
homes, just differentiating factors, they're custom purpose built homes. So we didn't take an old house and renovate it. We literally built all 4 homes custom purpose built. So it's like driving by a mansion in Park Cities, and when you walk in, there's a great room. There's 8 private suites, or like 8 master bedrooms, bedroom, bathroom attached. So that's what's on the inside.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about dementia. Is that something that you see a lot of? Is that something you care for?
We absolutely see a lot of dementia. A lot of our residents have it. They're at all different stages. There are different stages of dementia, different stages of Alzheimer's, and we treat accordingly to each person's needs.
And it's important that people shop around and find the right home that knows how to deal with that.
Questions,
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, and on both sides, the Cambridge side and the Manchester side. I mean, every care plan is individualized. Right. There are no 2 residents the same, and there's no 2 clients on the Cambridge side the same at all.
And
all the care plans are different.
And we're constantly educating our staff on updates, anything new, and how to work with the residents for whatever their condition is.
Let's talk about the importance of food, because I think, honestly, for some people, that's the highlight of the day.
Sure.
Right.
Sandy and I were just laughing. We were talking about, we have some very, very elderly residents, 99, 100 years old. And, one of the caregivers was asking about, she wants ice cream for breakfast?
I said, give her ice cream.
Give her ice cream. That's cool.
I said, when I'm here one day, I want you to give me ice cream for all of my meals.
Sure.
So,
for
yes.
sure. Food is important, and we recognize that health and nutrition is just as important as one-on-one activities. It's all important.
It all comes together.
Yeah.
It's a big circle.
Let's talk about the business philosophy, because my experience with you guys is that it becomes part of your family. It's not a number. It's not a a name in a file. This is somebody's mom, dad, uncle, aunt, and they become your family, don't they?
They completely become our family. I feel like we're all one big family.
We've
Truly.
become really close with our residents and our resident families. We text, we FaceTime,
very much
we
so.
send pictures and videos. This is even before COVID. Now, a lot of it is just FaceTimes. And we also have families, both on the Cambridge and the Manchester side, that live out of state and even out of country. We had a resident that was living with us for many years, and her daughter lived in Canada and the son lived in Singapore. So that's all they had was FaceTime and technology to stay close to mom.
That's
so
awesome.
we're very
And
involved with our families.
it's fun to watch the residents because this is something new to them. They're not used to having a phone in front of them and seeing their loved one, and so it's fun to watch the interaction that they have with their family members.
We're almost out of time, so let's encourage the audience to start doing the homework now and not have that panicked call. I mean, would it make sense, Brian, to start visiting some places with mom and dad before you have to make that decision? Or
Yes, unfortunately, no one's allowed to do visitation right
Okay.
now. So get on the web. I have been working on a frequently asked questions section of both Manchester.com, ManchesterLiving.com, and CambridgeCaregivers.com. So there's some really, really good questions that I've taken from prospective families, from placement agents, from current residents, that will kind of help guide that conversation and the questions that I've answered, but questions to ask other people.
Yeah, but even driving by and just
Sure,
you
get
know,
a feel for
Absolutely.
where
Right.
is it? Where is it in relation to where you live? I mean, one of my first questions when a family's looking for Manchester is, where do you live? Because I want to place your loved one in one of our care homes closest to you so you can come visit often.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Sandy, we'll give you the final word. What do you want to leave the audience with?
Like Brian said, I mean, just checking around, looking at different places, coming in, calling us, texting, emailing, and getting as much information as you can to move forward.
Outstanding. You guys have been great guests. We're going to put your websites up. We'll start with CambridgeCaregivers.com, just a beautiful website, and then ManchesterCareHomes.com. You guys are awesome, and thank you for helping kind of sort out a very important conversation that needs to be happening in every home in America.
Sure.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us,
Yeah,
Jeff.
thank
That's
you.
awesome. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.